The video ban.
Your dick went straight to DVD. My dick. Your dick looked
Come
like
on,
a
keep
little
up.
kid.
Yo, dick, broken vending machine.
Put up with
Your dick suffers from stage fright.
listening to this guy. So if you think it's hard watching this show, listening to him,
It's as
try
hard
it
as
on
what?
the other side.
My dick.
But
What's up, Willie? I need to give. I'm not sick anymore. I'm gonna give you a call, dude.
You're still
Oh,
sick,
man.
just not the same.
Willie is here, but, and do check out Willie and all his stuff. Fred Hutterson is always first. No one's beaten that guy every week. Fred is here first and leaving the first comment. So, Fred, a massive shout out to you. We've got Ryan. We'll come back to your question in a minute. Ryan, we'll just let people jump in first. David Troy's here. But Willie, Google My Business SEO if you want to learn more about local SEO, Google My Business and all that stuff.
Speaking
Check
of
out
GMB, like my wife, before I came up to this, she's like, "What's your schedule look like today?" I said, "I've got Craig's show from noon to 1." She's like, "Oh, from 1 to 2 before I have to go pick up the kids. Can you show me how to GMB?" I said, "Sure."
I'll show you how to GMB.
Yeah, take your clothes off.
You're gonna pay though.
Yeah,
Glen Arts.
SoCal. What part of SoCal, Glenn?
Anyway, we'll jump
I
into
love California.
You know that
I love
Brad's
California,
girl's
but
a
I hate the
natural
people.
looker.
Yeah, too bad
You're
she's an actually a good person.
There
Man.
you go. You can't say that shit, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, can't say that shit. Anyway, I'm changing the subject because you started off with whatever.
My dick.
Yeah, and then we're talking about that. So we need to go get it back on track. And I'll come to Ryan's question in a moment. But David Troy.
Yep.
Willie, what's your top to move the needle? What's your top GMB tactic? Not traffic though, because I fucking hate running traffic. I hate when people say that. I know it works.
Citations and traffic. Like, what the fuck else?
Yeah. What else do we need? I'm just
curious.
Citations. Yeah. Citations to citations. I like to build citations that go to my citations. So it's called a stacked citation.
I like to put a page on Tumblr that doesn't link to my GMB or is not connected to it in any way, and then point my citations to that page.
I hack someone's GMB and then put my website in. It was just top 3 instant rankings. You just hack their GMB and then you put your website and phone number in there, and that's
you do that with your client's website most of the time.
I wouldn't put my own website in
there. When you're saying hack,
Craig.
do you mean taking an unverified GMB or you're literally hacking?
I'm just fucking with you. Don't hack anyone's GMB. Yeah.
Carol Morley, good to see you. These guys are on one a day. But David Troy has got a question. Do you guys use guest post as your backlink strategy?
Yeah.
Or do you still use
all
just
of it?
Yeah, mininets, guest posts, and
edits.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all you need.
You want to? I mean, here's the thing: like the core update, the product review update, all this stuff that people are continually complaining about right now. It should be all just up for everybody. I mean, if you do everything right in your phases of your optimization, you should just be continually growing and growing and growing like that.
As a person.
No, you got to do more than that.
Yeah.
To grow as a person.
Anyway, before that growing goes into some other seedy subject, Ryan has a question as well. Do you have any good tips on finding an expired domain and where? I can't afford ODYS, but would still like to try it. So Spamzilla would be my shout.
Yeah. Spamzilla, Ahrefs. If you have a clear set of seed sites in your niche, like in rehab we do, then use Ahrefs, find the broken backlinks on those seed sites, compile them all, cut them down to the root, dedupe them, see what's available. You can do all that in Scrapebox, and then run them through Ahrefs or whatever you want to do for backlinking and kind of quickly spam check them. So
it's really about finding. I look at it. There's another question in here about like what ratios of like mini nets, guest posts, and edits and everything. And it just comes down to like what we want to do is we want to get into the link graph that exists for the query. Like, so we want to go in and find the links that we can. So I'm looking at your site. If you're my competitor, I'm taking your backlink. And when I'm going to get an expired domain, that's the same kind of thing that you're wanting to do. You want to go and you want to find a domain that has links from the existing link graph that are harder for you to get. And that makes a good purchase of a $10 domain. Even if it's just 2 or 1 link, it doesn't fucking matter. You want that backlink. I mean, I've had campaigns where we've had stacked 30 fucking redirects to a single page to get a backlink profile to that page. And there are things that you're looking for in your link building that you're going to go out and buy, you're going to go out and find, you're going to go out and beg, outreach, whatever you want to do there. But we always start with all of it. Like, we're not doing it all at once, but we're always going to we're going to build a network. We're going to have the system go and do outreach. We're going to go out and we're going to buy links or place links.
It also comes down to, I would say, how you plan to monetize. If you're building mini nets, you should be monetizing them. Do you have a way to monetize them? If I don't have a way to monetize them, I'm just doing client work, I might be more inclined to go heavier on the guest post and niche edits as opposed to mini nets. If I can't monetize it, then there's no use in having it. Aside from getting into the link graph, like you mentioned.
Yeah, that's my only thing there would be, I wouldn't focus on the network as a network, but if you're going to be in if you're going to be in a market for a while, there's nothing, you're going to find a way to make money off of the.
You should have, if you're going to be in a network for a while, there should be a way to make money with the mini net.
True. Yeah, it's kind of a cyclical answer, actually, if I think about it.
Michael's saying, did you notice that the Page Speed Insights tool has finally been updated?
Oh, great. No, I haven't seen it, though.
Thank you,
though. But useful bit of information for anyone that wants to see.
No, it's good, though. I mean, if you need it and you want it, I mean, especially for agency work, that's important to some people's agencies, for sure.
Harish, what will be your SEO approach if the keyword difficulty is high and the volume is less, business to business industry?
If you jump down into Harish's next question too, at the very bottom, right before.
Honestly, in that situation, I would question whether I should be be going after that keyword as a primary objective. If it's not paying anything and the difficulty's high, why waste your time? But I'm sure there's a reason why you're doing it, though, and it comes down to everything else.
We live in going into 2022. If you're not in a contextual marketing mindset where you're trying to take data that you can collect and turn it into your campaign and always be growing, ABB
too, always be growing.
If you're not always be growing, then you're missing out on opportunity. And so when you have keyword volume you say low keyword volume versus high keyword volume, and I'm assuming you're talking about one market. If you're separating this in your head, you're already doing it wrong, is the way I look at it, because that is part of a cluster of keywords, and a cluster of keywords needs to be on a website together, whether that's on a page or on multiple pages. You need to be addressing this.
And that goes for local and national too.
Yeah. For both. Yeah. Or for both organic and GMB, you need to be addressing all of this at the same time. Especially now, like what you're seeing with the product review update that just happened, or this rolling out right now. People are losing queries for best in this because they're not doing certain things. They're leaving certain things out. And you have to remember that Google is very contextual. They can read your fucking page. They can tell when you're buying a backlink because of what's on the page. They know what's on the page. So if they think they need to see something in your query for a best modifier, and you don't have that, you need to be looking at your data and your SERP and seeing what the fuck you're missing.
Would you still suggest Cognitive for choosing those?
I love Cognitive, absolutely. I mean, I'm going to start with Cognitive for sure in phase 1 or 2. It's a fucking for sure.
Yeah.
And Keyword Cupid falls into play somewhere along the line, I'm sure.
That's more for clustering. That's not necessarily for on-page stuff. So you do your keyword research, you plug it into Keyword Cupid, and it's essentially an interlinking / site structure guide. In my opinion.
Give you it's a marketing tool. Like if you need to figure out, okay, I need to figure out we had a question last week about how to determine what's going on in a market when you don't know the market. Taking the data, taking your initial data, your seed data when you edge your links. Edging makes me think of like jerking off, though. Like
that's what I think of when I think of edging.
Like
Oh,
it just.
man.
So
Guys,
I don't know. Sorry, but that's what it makes me think of. I'm not going to say edging anymore. Not with you three in the fucking room, or two. I'm one of them.
Mike refers to himself in the third person now.
Yeah. Michael says
just because he looks like he's going to be on the top of, or on the front of a game cover.
But
you look like what was that game that everyone was playing last year? Outlander, Outsider, Outside.
Oh,
Dimitri played it.
The one like where the one that like the bat. I don't know. I
it's
don't
like black and yellow on the front. Yeah, I don't play
out.
it.
Fuck.
Out something.
My daughter played it a little bit. I don't know.
No.
What's up, Ryan? I know you would call too.
Yeah,
that's my fault.
Jonesy, we need to give Jonesy a wee shout out. Thank you very much, Mr. William.
What does that convert to? I don't know what.
I've no idea, but it's the thought.
It looks cool. Yeah.
But
the thought doesn't buy me a turkey leg, Craig. A specific amount today.
But check out Jonesy. He's good, solid stuff on his Google My Business SEO.
Yeah, I'm a member of. Is it Rank Factory? Rank Fortress.
Rank Fortress.
Yeah, I signed up for that just to.
Does that make you as happy as a faggot in a tree full of dicks?
Only when I'm falling.
Okay.
Where the fuck did that come from?
I played it for that. I've been looking for a place to stay in, and I didn't have one, so I said it.
Yeah, Mike's pushing edges today. I think so.
Nathan Dawson, though, recently bought a website that's been rebranded, gets decent enough traffic to a handful of articles. What would I be shooting myself in the foot to move it to a new domain?
Bought a site recently that's being rebranded. I would be tempted to say keep both sites up. I mean, if the one is getting decent traffic, decent everything, use it as a feeder site. That's actually the place my wife works and who she needs GMB help with. It's funny because they had a GMB. They're like, yeah, we need to transfer this address. I'm like, wait, you're rebranding. So they're switching like real estate companies. They're changing the name of their team and everything. I was like, you're rebranding, right? Yeah. So you're going to have to start from scratch anyway, right? Yeah. Well, keep this location and get another fucking location. Then you've got two locations. They're like,
bro, it's not even snowing, Jordan. It's like literally like fucking summer right now, dude. Like it's cold, but there's no fucking snow.
It was like 70 yesterday here. It was nice.
Fucked up, dude. I'm not gonna have water in January.
Jesus.
I'm gonna come live with you.
Me? Come on. I've got a bunk bed for you.
Thank you. Does it have a slide?
Yeah.
Only if it has a slide, dude.
It does, yeah.
Glennart's insight into ad rank threshold. I'm trying to run my pay-per-click ads, but Google is stuffing organic ads on top of pay-per-click ads because Google is saying the paid ads are not meeting the ad rank threshold.
I don't know.
I can't help you there. I wish I could, but I'm not a PPC.
Corey, I could try to call Corey, but I don't.
Yeah, call him now. Yeah, we don't have anything
Corey.
else to do. Hey, Corey.
We will maybe come back to that, Glennart.
Maybe we have Corey on for a PPC. We haven't had a guest on in a while for a PPC.
Yeah, Corey on for PPC.
Get Corey on next week, and we can.
I'm not going to be here next week.
Corey,
or any other week. Yeah.
So you can't be here next week.
I quit SEO. Yeah. Sorry.
I love
Ramrod quit too.
Yeah.
I'll just be here on my own. Fuck yous.
I'll be here. Don't worry. Singing.
Mr. Liam Quirk, am I best off creating a branded IFTTT network or using a persona for an e-com site?
Theoretically, you could do both, but I would go with branded first.
It's, if you like the way that the automation is going to look in your fucking social for your brand, then you can, but it's not necessarily something I would do for a major brand that I'm going to try to push.
Yeah. I would probably still tie.
The automation is good.
Yeah, I would. Set up a branded IFTTT and then set up a persona and tie that persona to the brand and make it active. So I would probably, in a way, do both, but the persona wouldn't go as broad as the brand. So just go ahead and do a brand first.
Guys, I've got one question for you two. Have you ever had a dude tell you he missed you? From
Mike
the
does me all the time. Yeah, we tell each other we miss each other just so he feels loved.
Because I'm feeling loved. Ryan Durrani's telling me he misses me.
With a smile like that, it's hard not to feel loved.
You know, does he kind of look like Ryan Stewart too?
I think you just like Ryan Stewart.
Because I think Ryan Durrani's a big fan of Ryan Stewart. Like he literally.
Really?
Oh, Ryan Stewart's the shit. I'm not talking shit. Like I think so. I got.
But his ego now is going to go fucking through the roof, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I look like Ryan Stewart." Like Ryan's actual words to me was, "Ryan Stewart's the hottest SEO guy out there." Now he's allegedly a straight guy, Ryan Durrani, but he did say those words to me. Ryan Stewart is the
men are beautiful, dude.
It's on a spectrum, you know.
Depends.
So
like when they've been preference up,
right?
And they're really hungry.
Out of 10, what are you giving Ryan Stewart?
I'd say 8 or 9.
Yeah,
I'd have to. We need a woman in here to ask, though. To be
like
honest.
one less than Ryan Durrani.
All yeah. One less or one more.
One less.
Yeah. All the ladies in the audience. Brad is a close. I am. Yeah. Now me and Ryan are gonna have to fight, but he could actually kick my ass probably. Unlike you, Craig, you would get your ass.
Ryan Durrani.
I don't know about Ryan Durrani. Ryan Stewart boxes and shit though. He's posted. Yeah.
Ryan Stewart's a big motherfucker. Have you seen him in real life?
Is he tall?
He's like 6'3", 6'4", or some shit.
Oh yeah, I chopped that tree down.
I'll fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he'll wipe you out. Yeah, Mike, you need to fight him because Brad.
You don't think I could take Mike?
Mike's stiff and old. You know,
he's gonna be stiff when I put him out.
Nah, I'm not saying.
Just hit you with a fucking bat.
Yeah, that'd be your only. I'd spit toothpicks back at you.
Juice Puppy is 18 in Illinois right now.
Damn.
Fuck. Actually,
my cousin's in Chicago.
I actually did a call earlier with a girl in Argentina, man. She was like, sitting by the swimming pool. I'm like, fuck.
What's up, Randy?
I don't know what it is here.
Yeah. So actually, Craig, we need to get up a fucking a cap because the system that we're pushing out and working on, we're ready to go. And that shit, like talking about the link graph and getting into the link graph profile and everything, there's a big difference between like a guest post provider that is going out and buying the same shit that everyone else is. And I'll tell you, like we go out and we scrape all those providers and take their lists all the time, right? Pretty much everyone that you can go buy, we go take their lists. And then we build our own lists and we have our automation to go build our own lists. And we build a list on an ongoing basis every day, every week, blah, blah, blah. And we've been doing this for a very fucking long time. And we've kind of worked out a way as we've done it to kind of like let people drip into our own campaigns. So I think that we should probably start capping if people really are wanting guest posting.
Yeah. More on that, David. What domain is that shit going on when we...
That domain, I think it's going to be 360, but I'm not sure. I think it's going to tie in directly with the network management on Infinite 360, but I'm not positive that's where it's going to be. The Infinite 360 stuff is like drop catching, domain registration, site creation, site
too,
upload,
right?
server management, and then linking and network management. So like the content creation for the minunets and shit. So it does a lot, dude. But it ties into the edit system and the guest posting system as well. But they're separated into individuals. But the whole question, the questions that are coming out about the guest post providers, my big issue is that a lot of the shit out there literally is just like the recycled shit that is out there. And I think that's why people have less luck with it than other people.
Anyway, yeah. Seed content different from seed content would be. I mean, I consider seed content or like donor content the same thing, right? And
yeah, a seed is like a seed in like an AI piece. Like you edge it.
CBD keep talking about this seeding shit. Like he came on a show with me and Chris Power, and he's like, "What the fuck did they mean by seeding?" And I'm like, "Come back next week and ask." And then he asked last week, but he was on Twitter either today or yesterday talking about seeding content as well. Like, put him out of his misery. It's the same fucking thing. Come on, guys.
If you look at Jarvis, like you look at AI fucking systems that you have a little box where you put in a seed piece of content that it uses to like use the fucking trained fucking model to build the content off of, so that it takes that concept of your seed and then builds new content off of what you put in there. And that's why people have issues like my shit's de-indexing, my AI stuff doesn't stay indexed, blah, 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 because they go out and grab the same thing. D3 is the shit. Take it every day.
So hopefully that answers your CBD cake question. Have you guys ran into any problems? Newly created pages not getting indexed?
Yeah, I've seen it lately.
Thank you, Stefan.
A lot
Dude,
of times,
Stefan's the shit. Down there, that's like my favorite comment on YouTube ever. 23 a.m.
1:23
This
a.m.
is the way it goes, dude.
Every day.
Oh man.
For the content though, I'd be curious to know how you generated the content. Is it written like from a writer? Is it just Quillbot? Is it, what have you? We've run into instances with Quillbot where it was like ended up someone else used the same seed content and we had the exact same fucking article as them, because hit paraphrase a few times. You want to mix and match, and then you probably want to write some fresh content as well, and then add more media in there as well. If you've got,
they're not dumb. They can tell like all this AI content that's being generated off of the same seeds.
Yeah. So if you've done all of that and then it's still not pushing, I would go to an indexer. But adding more content and more media and everything is going to make your content better anyway.
Exactly. You treat it like it's a phase 2, Michael. And come on tomorrow to the webinar, or not Thursday. Sorry, Thursday
yeah.
For the event.
What should the title of this video be when it's done? Seed
SEO. Seed your SEO. Mike gets seated on camera.
I always like to go with something like, why is Jarvis broken? AI content can't stay in the index. It's all fucked.
It was good till the end.
Or Brad is a close second.
Yeah.
It's not the first time Brad's been second in anything.
Well, you always come first, so
when we go boxing, you will be coming second. Don't want you twisting out like fucking Tommy Fury.
You'll be going out first. I can guarantee that. So, hey, they're gonna bring T Wood back in.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Those Brits are fragile. Anyone in the UK, they're pretty made of glass, I would say. So, glass jaws, glass, what happened probably is this big ass fucking brother was hanging on him and fucking broke him that way. That dude is huge. But yeah, I'm not as excited about T Wood. Hopefully T Wood comes out looking like Tyson this time. Make it more.
I take it back, Brad.
Taking it back.
That's not how I feel every fucking day.
Yeah.
There's no ladies watching this show yet. I don't imagine there's a lot of ladies.
Sometimes we do.
Honey's here.
What about
Honey? Yeah, Honey. Who's what would you rate Weber's on a scale of 1 to 10, Honey?
Ryan Stewart.
Yeah.
Mark Flanagan is here. He's also another handsome chap. Randy.
What's up, Mark?
Stefan, I've got to bring this back up. Like, what the fuck?
Mr. 42, I haven't forgotten about you either.
Backlink of my website is not indexing. What should I do now? One, how long has it been? But what do you normally do to get it indexed? Do you wait?
If it's worth tiering to it, then I would go ahead and tier it, and then like the mentioned earlier, Omega. What?
Jordan said nothing is indexing. Just do GMB.
So
I'm going to say something like your backlinks shouldn't.
Is that Jordan?
Shouldn't have to, unless you're spamming.
Yeah, that's his dog, I think.
Fucking backlinks. I'm sorry. Like, then don't build them. Like, really don't build them if they're not indexing. But you don't need those backlinks.
Here is what Michael Lykins saying. He's just made new pages with copy from the client.
No, that's what.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
That's a sales page right there. Do you want your content indexed? You need to hire an SEO.
Well,
dude, check your tech, dude. Like, really though, like, make sure that you're not fucking excluding the pages. Like, just crawl really quickly and check the tech around it. Like, before worrying about everything else that we could talk about, like, make sure that there's not a fucking setting in your fucking CMS that is keeping it out of the index too. Like,
also,
the simplest shit is where you want to start.
I had a nightmare client one time. It was a financial advisor based in, I think, Boulder. But I kept hounding her. They said, you can't put content on our site. Or you can put content, but we've got to give it to you. Okay, that's fair enough. Send me the content. Like 2 months later, they hadn't sent it. I was like, please, for the love of God, send me the fucking content so I can get up. Okay, here you go. They send me the content. Then I throw it up without even fucking looking at it or anything. It's not indexing worth a shit. This is a few years ago when it was easy to index shit. So I'm like, what the fuck? It was an exact the content that they gave me. It was Raymond James. So they were a local Raymond James representative. So Raymond James is huge. So they just went out and got something from the Raymond James site and then sent it to me as if they had written a copy because they got tired of asking me. So if just saying that the client wrote it doesn't mean shit to me. Just make sure it's unique, at least somewhat. So
Dude, I had the story.
Here's your title though, Craig. Okay. It's hey Google, make a timestamp here. Actually, my phone's doing this now. It's kind of cool. It's Google December 2021 product review update. And we do need to talk about it because people are messaging. So I wanted to make sure people paid attention to the new review best practices. And they state users have told us that they trust reviews with evidence of products actually being tested and prefer to have more options to purchase the product. Provide evidence such as visuals, audio, links to your own experience with the product, and support your expertise and reinforce the authenticity of your review. So that paragraph that goes on one more, include links to multiple sellers to give the reader the option to purchase from the merchant of their choice, okay? So it lays out a fucking content outline for everybody that is losing traffic on certain terms with best in it and various keywords where everyone's complaining about. Start looking at your SERPs and then pay attention to visuals, video, audio, so multimedia, like this is where we are with Google.
What we said a second ago, yeah.
And links to other experiences with the product. We're talking about keyword clustering and then maybe potentially page clustering as well. That could be internal links on that page, internal links on another page. Could be a fucking network markup too. And support that and support your expertise. They're giving us clues into what EAT is, and that's keyword clustering. Having all of the goddamn topic and knowledge domain covered on your website is extremely important. So many of you, we've been talking about it for a year, still don't comprehend this. And I want to drive it home that clustering your keywords, this is not talking about architecture, but making sure that you touch the cluster and you have the keyword cluster covered is a huge part of authority and expertise. You can't hit EAT without covering the topic properly, okay? So if you're having issues with the Google December 2021 product update review update thingy, then pay attention to that TOS and fix your content. You should be going up. Right now, core updates should be doing nothing but increasing your traffic. If you're doing this right, every core update will increase your traffic.
And that includes the Google product review update.
Yep. That's actually their product review update statement or whatever, their fucking TOS.
Can I say product review update?
What's that?
Should I say product review update?
You should. December 2021 product review update. Okay, Google. You hear that?
Yeah.
Listen to this.
It's still rolling out. I mean, it's not done. But here's the thing. They always come, you notice they always come after a core update?
I always come after a core update.
Like literally, they always come after a core update. And I want people to think about context and the topic and what's going on with their pages and how they can make themselves more contextually like an expert to that topic. Especially if you're an affiliate. Especially if you are showing that you are an affiliate. And that's how you're doing this, right? So different markets, what I'm seeing is a completely different story in travel than it is in another thing, right? So pay attention to what we talked about, the video, the audio, the keyword cluster, and potentially supporting pages.
Basically, flesh out your content, like we said earlier.
Phase 2 your content, basically.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Guys, if you haven't already, please do stick a like in the video. If you can, also subscribe to the channel.
If you've been entertained today by our...
I actually sent someone off with my Tree of Dicks comment. They left.
Oh,
Sorry,
really?
Craig.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if multiple people left after that one. But
hey, but you know what? I think people might be happy in a tree full of dicks.
Well, someone like you would be. So
that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, and also, guys, if you've got other questions, do put them in here.
They had a Jarvis and Quillbot. I play with Jarvis and Quillbot. Is that a question or a statement?
No, I think he mentioned it when we mentioned Jarvis and Quillbot.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Oh, speaking of AI writers, I bought Writer that you mentioned last week, Craig. That seems pretty good. I wish that they would flesh out like when I run it for to create the content outline. I wish they would give me more of an outline, but I think you can expand on it. I was fucking with it around with it yesterday, but I blew through. I would honestly I would skip AppSumo and go direct to the monthly because you're going to blow through your credits like with one article if you want them to write all of it. So
yeah.
So I like what Ryan's saying. Like here, so we have like a process we use, and we talked about it at the event this year, and we're doing a webinar for the people that attended the event
Thursday. If you went to the event. We're having it. It's in the members area. If you don't have access to your members area, ping me on Skype. If you don't know how to ping me on Skype, then it looks like you're going to miss it, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. And it's the holidays coming up. We're disappearing soon. I disappear all the time. What's that?
Disappearing where?
Outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a long drive ahead of me for the holidays. After Christmas, we always go to my mom and dad are from Kentucky, so we drive over there and then up to Indiana and then back. So it's a lot of driving.
Potentially be like the second last show of the year. We do one next week and then just
we can do it next week. I guess you're right, because then we'll be Christmas week, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do one next week then, and then we'll kill it for the year and then come back in January.
Skip the 21st and 28th.
Because in January, that's when I want to push out Infinite and all that shit. It's all ready, so we'll do that. We'll start talking and helping people get through that.
Next week. Yeah, skip the 21st and 28th, and then, we'll be back.
You want to skip next week?
No, 21st and 28th.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Next week is the 14th.
So back to it's worth trying keyword insights to speed up how you cluster your pages and build out hub spoke pages is pretty cheap. Like we do have a phase-based like optimization. You want to get in there, you want to get content up, and you want to start gaining visibility like that, like Brad did. Get in there, get it up, and get visible. And when you do that, then you can come back in and you can start to do the steps that you need to do to solidify the rankings that you're pulling with your paid or your initial content push, right? So those that went to the event, that we're talking about how PPC will rank you, how paid ranks you, and how to leverage all of that in a campaign that is holistic and converts before you're ranked, but also ranks your content for you. And that's the way I think everyone needs to start thinking, is like really get into the data like Ryan is talking about, looking what is going on in the market and then collecting more data and implementing that data. People have gone after, they're traditionally, they go, last year's data is what I'm going to work off of for the next year. It's a fucking horrible way to work. Horrible way to work online. It puts you a year behind online, which is like a decade behind anywhere else, right? So
that's why, like, if I'm scrolling through YouTube and it's like new hack, blah blah blah. If it's like a brand new video, I'm like, I'll check it out. Just to waste time. If it's an older video, like 6+ months old, I'm like, it's outdated.
Yeah, I have like a lot of filters set up to like skim and just pull the content out that is coming out that's new, because so much of this shit is rehashed and just so freaking old and so behind when it comes to SEO that it's dude, that the Filipino money sticks up there for a long time, even longer than the US dollars, it seems like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that on other people's streams because I love using that shit for advertising.
And it looks impressive.
Oh man, here he is.
Bro, dude, did he ever message you?
No, dude, like you've never said.
I want to know who he is.
Like,
I don't believe who he is. I want to know who he is now.
I mean, yeah, I don't even know the face. I don't even know if that is the right face. That could be some character, but yeah, why have you not messaged us yet? Because I'm keen on learning more on the YouTube side, and yeah, we could have some good conversations. So shoot us up, whether it's on Skype, whether it's on Facebook, whatever. Ping us a message, and we can talk about phone farms and other weird ass shit. But also talking about CTR and everything else. Click CTR Booster. Did any of you guys ever use that tool?
I did.
Working well again. It's working really well again. Like this dude, Gareth eCom.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And he's done a lot of work on it, but the thing's working like a motherfucker right now.
Oh, Gareth actually bought the software?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so it's new ownership?
Yeah, new ownership, and he's done a lot, and people have been moaning like fuck at him, like, dude, this is shit, you support shit. And he's like, guys, fucking give us a bit of time to just try and sort some shit out. But it's working really, really well at the moment. And the reason I'm bringing that up is sometimes things that did work that you then throw in the bin.
100%.
You have to go back to. Silvana.
I have CTR Booster on servers, but I'll never use it because I don't like having to deal with proxies and traffic. Like I'm not a fan of bots myself, but that's good to know that it's working. I know I won't use it, but it's good to know.
It's good
maybe someone I hire can use it or something.
Can you hire me, Mike?
Silvana, I remember your brother was the goalkeeper for Charlton. I remember talking to you. I'm always good with her face. So I met Silvana at an event a few months back. But I had COVID and stuff, Silvana. So if you have messaged me after that, I was dying. But yeah, get in touch and I'll be more than happy.
I need Craig's help too.
I just need help in general. I wish
So no, I remember you. I'm always good at remembering people.
I think I might come visit you in January, Craig.
Do it.
If we can travel.
Do they have training with CTR Booster? I'll check it out. I've never used it.
I'll give you the logins and shit, dude. I've got it, dude.
Yeah, I've got plenty of proxies.
But Randy's saying it's flying like an eagle, a bald eagle.
That's good to know. I could use it. I guess we could use it.
Silvana, either get me on Facebook or just go through the contact form on craigcampbellseo.com. But either or, you'll get me. So
I'm a Pete. Then we got the books that were requested from last week. Is the guy on that asked about like what's another book and shit? I don't remember who asked.
Who was it that asked about the books? If you're there, let us know.
I don't have 10. I figure we'll trip them out. 10 would take like the whole time. But
this guy always with the YouTube shit.
Yeah. CTR Booster worked very well for YouTube in the past. I'm only coming back to it to play with it again, but I will let you know. And Silvana, no problem. Yeah, just get me through the website and I'll be more than happy to help you out. But I don't know where Brad's just went. He
went to take a piss and he's going to give a book list after that.
Yeah. So you're the guy asking for the book. It's coming up.
The bot thing, it just bothers me. I'm not a big fan of I've been a drug addict, so I'm not a big fan of shit like crack, to be honest.
And Michael Lykins, when will we get a Infinite 360 demo sales pitch in the new year? Want to see what's going on with it.
We are. We're going to be going through it for the membership, dude. So that's different though. Yeah, but absolutely, dude.
We also have a random question from Kenny King.
I would expect nothing less from Kenny.
Are you guys using machine IDs for anything these days? Not just CIDs, but machine IDs from knowledge panels and stuff like that?
Not really. I mean, it's I just go back to like the standard tried and true evergreen SEO for the most part, So yeah, just do what I mean. If you can mix it in, if you're doing PR and shit like that, if you want to link to it with that, go for it. If you want to throw it in your schema, go for it. I don't know how much it'll help. I haven't done any like.
Do you care how much it will help?
No, I mean, if it helps a lot, then I would care. But if it doesn't take much time to implement,
here's my thing, dude. It's a knowledge panel push, and yeah, it might establish the entity, but how much is going to fucking rank you, really?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. So if it doesn't take much time,
personally,
yeah.
Unless you have it there and you can just, like Brad said, throw it in there. I think it's fucking waste of time.
I've been trying for like fucking 18 months to trigger a knowledge panel. There's two dudes. There's an American singer and a Canadian comedian who have got the same name as me. And those motherfuckers, when you Google Craig Campbell, those fuckers come up first.
There's a British cartoonist that takes my shit all the time.
So I'm beating his ass, and I don't give a fuck if it costs me hundreds of thousands of pounds. But
that shit leads to like acting and shit.
Yeah.
How's that career going?
Good, mate. I'm filming again on Friday.
Nice.
Sunday.
Is it being?
Is it being a fucking part, bitch? I want to be a streetwalker.
It's getting released on Amazon Prime next year,
Nice.
January, I think. But the thing with Amazon, the guys at Amazon have recommended that it gets released like a film and not a series. So it's going to be all.
Kenny, when did you lose your pigment, bro?
Is he a professional wrestler?
Melanin drop, doggy.
Yeah.
Live IRL fan. I've been trying to get my head around using a new bot I've discovered. Finding the right proxies is just a headache, and getting accounts. So much time and money.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of chasing that game, dude. I just am not. It's just not to me. I mean, if you have time to kill, it's fun. I enjoy it. It's fun to try to figure shit out for sure.
But yeah, bots in general. But CTR booster is fucking solid again. So a big hat tip to Gareth Acott, who has done what looks like a good solid job over there and sorting it out, because it was a good tool and I think it was just fucked all the time. But it used to always break for me. So there you go. And Kerry King has got a bit of a tan. Not from where Mike's staying anyway. That's for sure. Because they're wearing jackets indoors up in the Idaho or whatever the hell you call it. So you ain't getting much of a tan.
It is 25 degrees Fahrenheit today, I think.
Serious?
Yeah.
Fahrenheit? Yeah.
25 though Fahrenheit, so like it's below freezing, but there's no fucking snow. It's so dry. We're in a drought, dude.
It's really 45 here.
We had some snow today in Glasgow. So
did you really?
My neighbors are potentially moving back to Glasgow, I believe, or somewhere over there, because they never get to see their family anymore because of travel restrictions, shit like that. So talking about moving back.
Aston Villa fan there. Just got to show him who's the boss. Liam Quirk has purchased an ODYS domain in the health niche a few months back, but ended up not working with the client I was going to utilize it for. I haven't done anything with it. Best way to restore the power.
Restore the content that was originally there and sit. Just let it sit and then add new content if you want to while that's restoring and sitting. And like we're watching the domain that like from ODYS in the crypto space, and it's just continuing to rank.
Is it really?
Age. Yeah. We had actually the core core did a good job to it, dude. Like they did a good job with the content. And
yeah, they do.
And I definitely would recommend that if you the layout that I would use as you're getting the books ready, Brad, is I would have your top tier. If you're going to start a brand, buy a fucking ODYS domain that fits if you can, and use something that has power like that, and then go grab expireds, go grab more auction in your network and build that way, because their packages are solid as shit.
I haven't checked this in a while.
There was a dude out in Japan who watched this channel, watched a few other SEO guys, and bought an ODYS domain. And is up at $8,000 a month just now.
You mean what we talk about isn't bullshit?
Yeah.
It surprises me when the shit works, to be honest.
I know every single time. I'm like, dude, I've been doing this for 22 fucking years almost now.
Like,
and
even
for
when
some reason I'm still working for myself, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand that shit ever.
I'm still amazed. Like when I do it, I'm amazed when it works. When I tell someone else, like when we go over a concept here and someone comes back, they're like, "Hey, I did that and it worked really well." And here's, like the $8,000 dude. And I'm like, "Oh, fucking really? Show me how you do that." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot."
No, it's so true, dude. I know what you mean. Dude, my daughter, on that note, my daughter interviewed me for her. She's taking this college course. She's in 8th grade, but it's about careers or whatever. And she's like, would you still work if you had money coming in, you could work at home or you could be at home? I'm like, yeah, I'd still work. And then she goes, why did you start working in the career you're working in? I was like, I had no fucking choice. I didn't say it like that, but no one hires me. I didn't go to college. I dropped out of high school. What do you do when that shit happens, right?
Trying to plan you a robbery or some kind of assault.
I've been there, but
oh man. Randy also grabbed another ODYS domain for Black Friday.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Yeah, 50% back.
Dude. I actually might be able to trade some links with you, Randy. I might hit you up, dude, with that market. They're tangent. They're not competitive.
Silvana, I have no plans to go there as such, but I might go now that I know, because I didn't actually know he was going to be here.
Who's Stephen Bartlett?
He's dude. He started up a company called Social Chain, basically buying up all sorts of Facebook groups, basically the PBN of social media, so he could get you trending or whatever for
gotcha.
And literally sold it for 500 million. He's the next Dragon on Dragon.
Is that the young kid that did it? The one that like he does the thing about like what his day's like and shows like how busy he is and shit. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So I didn't know he was going to be there, Silvana. But Silvana, I was speaking at, and Stephen Bartlett was speaking at that event where I met Silvana. But yeah, he's quite a smart dude. And like my part of my talk was like everyone's going, Stephen Bartlett's so cool, such a smart guy, and I'm like, I'm seen as the devil in the SEO industry for doing the same thing, but with websites, you know, buying up all sorts of assets and fucking, making shit rank. And I'm seen as the devil, as a black hat guy or whatever. And Stephen Bartlett's like, yeah, I just bought up all these Facebook groups and I bought this and I bought that. And basically we would sit there and we'd fucking get everyone trending. And you're like, that's black hat as well, but here it was madness. But
then on the other hand, someone does it in real estate and they're fucking praised for it. So it's all the same.
It's all the same shit. But that dude got 500 million for Social Chain, and
dude, Quantum is way up, and we just started last week, Mike.
Really?
Yeah, I had Ahrefs up because you mentioned the crypto site, and it's fucking way up. And all we've done on that so far is fucking cognitive, like for the specific state that we're targeting, like up 24 spots, up 23 spots, up 43 spots.
Yeah, dude, the updates, spots. The cores.
This is fucking insane. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying though. Like, and it's funny because like people are having trouble with these updates, and they shouldn't be having trouble. It's fucking simple.
One page on the site, I optimized. I personally went in and optimized it myself. We didn't have like a VA or staff or anyone like that optimize it. I went in and personally did it. Took like an hour and up 43 fucking spots. It's fucking crazy.
I dropped a link for Liam. Craig, if you want to drop it in the comments, that's fine.
In our Facebook, in our messenger group, Craig, drop that ODYS case study if you don't mind.
Yeah,
take a look at it. I'll read through it.
So Liam, you can. We got a scraper there that will download the site files for you from the archive and shit. If you want to sign up there, I'll ping dude.
It's nice and clean. You might get a disease on your
just
computer.
go to my IP address. Go to the chat support thing on your phone specifically. So
yeah, we're gonna take over your webcam And
yeah, I would not be clicking in no fucking shady link that Mike sent me. Mike and Holly Starks are two people that I just, when they message you, you're just like, I don't want to fucking touch anything these people have sent, because I know like Holly Starks, I've seen her telling stories of doing when she sends off guest posts to people, they're shit wrapped in JavaScript so she can go in and change the link after, and you're just like, fuck letting her have any access to any website. You're fucking, the trousers will literally come off you, and you think you're just giving her a fucking friendly guest post.
Joke's on her. I'm not wearing trousers, so
I never do. Never do.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So because the first one was 50, or it was 50th law. I'm going to suggest 48 Laws of Power because I think that fits in perfectly. #1 prison book in the nation. They actually ban it in prisons. Very good read. Each chapter, I like this one because you can read like half of it and then forget all the fucking way about it, and then come back and just pick up where you left off because each chapter is something different.
It's a great book.
It's the one that 50 Cent read that and it's like, I got to get in touch with this guy. And who's your dude, Mike? Not
Ryan Holiday.
Yeah, Ryan Holiday actually. He was transcribing the 50 Cent book. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. He was. That's his mentor.
For Robert.
Both of them are fucking. I'm gonna say also read 33 Strategies of War. From Robert.
Anything Greene. Robert Greene, but if you want to get the OG Robert Greene book, I would start here. 48 Laws of Power. Fucking man, I've read it like a couple times, and it's not a small book. And I read slow. So other one that probably no one has ever thought of or heard of. Getting Everything You Can Out of All That You Got by Jay Abraham. Read that one over the holiday. It's fucking good. It came out before like the internet age, like 2000, year 2000. So internet marketing and everything was still very much in its infancy. All the funnel shit, everything like that, JVing, all the stuff that you used to see, like that you still see now, but you really saw on like what was that internet marketing? It was Red and White Warrior Forum. Everything that you see on that and shit, like, is pretty much they fucking got it from this. So if you have a small business, if you have an online business, if you have whatever, this is gonna fucking help. So getting everything you can out of all that you've got is fucking fantastic. Yeah, mastery is good. It really drives home the point of like the 10,000 hours, getting your hours in. Outliers is another book that really hits that home as well. The getting your 10,000 hours in by Marcus something. I can't remember his
You can
last
do that
name.
shit fast if you do it right too, man. It's not
Mastery?
a long thing. Yeah, mastery's quick if you really put your time into it. It helps to have ADHD, but
when you're hyper focused. Deep work is really good.
Or meth
for that. Well, that too. Yeah, or Adderall. But yeah, both of those I would suggest get them both over the Christmas break. Read them and come back and let us know what you think. And I'll drip out some more books as we go along, as people request them.
And Silvana saying Stephen is 20 something, and that helps. What age do you think I am? Like, I'm 28.
Or you're like 45, 50?
Fuck off.
He's 41.
I mean, I almost feel bad knocking a geriatric out, but I don't mind. It doesn't really bother me.
Dude, I looked at my buddy the other day. He's like 35. I'm like, dude, 35 is the same as 41. He's like, no, it's not.
No,
like,
it's not. I'm 35, so it's not the same.
Come on. You're not 35.
Yeah, he's a baby.
Yeah.
Someone's saying Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, Malcolm Gladwell. He wrote Outliers and a bunch of others. So I buy Gladwell's stuff for road trips.
Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday.
Yeah.
Everybody should read that fucking book.
I ordered, what was the one I told you I ordered? I'm like, oh, fuck this.
The newer one, right?
Conspiracy.
Yeah, Conspiracy. Yeah.
So I'm reading a book and they mentioned the book Conspiracy, which I had never heard of. But I know who Peter Thiel is because he started, he wrote 0 to 1, and he's one of the founders of PayPal, right? Tremendously smart guy. Went to Stanford, got a law degree from Stanford. So someone, apparently, some publication accused him of being gay. He wasn't gay. He said, okay, no problem. So he meticulously, methodically deconstructed their business until the whole publication went out. Max Verstappen. Yeah, that's who I would go with.
Lewis Hamilton for me.
Yeah. I like Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton. The girls in my family just listen to that shit constantly, dude. I've seen it twice live now. And
they're coming to Greensboro soon.
Are they?
Yeah.
We're going to New York to see some shit. But
so
they want 5-year-olds to have a fucking vaccination, dude, to get into that fucking place.
Dude, I got my COVID booster today, and they also gave me a fucking flu jab.
How's your heart?
Booster?
Just like have some fucking flu jabs as well. So now I got
have some flu jabs as well, dude.
And now they've got
suck this while you're at it, Craig.
Are you sure this is how it works? Yes, sir.
But we got the Moderna is the one they're dishing out here, but
that's what my wife got.
You don't have to keep getting the same brand. Like if I got Pfizer before, I don't have to get Pfizer again.
Dude, I won't take another fucking one of those. It fucked my heart up so bad, dude. I ain't touching that shit again.
I got AstraZeneca for the first 2, but they're not giving that out as the booster. They reckon Moderna and Pfizer are the better quality.
They always have been, yeah.
Yeah, so, no, they are. They're solid, but they are fucking. The Pfizer's causing issues with hearts and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I never wanted it live. I did it because I needed to go to a wedding and I didn't have a choice. So I've been selfish enough in my life that I got the vaccination so I could see my mom and my sisters again and shit. So.
If I had your mom and sister, I wouldn't ever want to see them.
They don't get a choice. No, it did. I'll say it increased my blood pressure by a good 10 points.
Have you heard of it altering hearing? Like,
yeah.
My dad complains about that. Of course, he has trouble hearing anyway because he had really bad ear infections when he was little. So he can't hear that well anyway. But he said it made it worse when he.
Here's the thing: it doesn't do it to everyone. But the weird thing to me is the fact that the percentages usually they pull this shit when it kills a certain amount of people, and they haven't done it here. It's just a fucking weird thing, man. It's strange. It's a strange fucking thing.
Jason mentioned Dan Kennedy and Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson's books are all good. I wasn't that impressed with Traffic Secrets, but I do like .com Secrets quite a bit. Dan Kennedy's whole video collection is in FunnelFlix now. So if you have ClickFunnels, you can watch all the Dan Kennedy shit. So he's an old school marketer like Jay Abraham and stuff like that.
I've had it 3 times.
Yeah.
At least.
Arby's?
That are tested. Arby's, yeah.
Arby's? I said herpes, but yeah, that too. You get herpes at Arby's.
We've lost a lot of people here in town recently because nobody will take the fucking vaccine and nobody will wear a mask, you know?
Yeah. I heard Dana White got it, calls up Joe Rogan, and he was back because he was using some kind of eucalyptus something. It's not like he's using it in his hair. He's bold as shit. But he's like, he couldn't smell it. And he's like, uh-oh. So he called Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's like, get on this drip, this drip, this drip. Take the horse dewormer, whatever.
Ivermectin works, dude.
Yeah.
We got it. You know what's funny, dude?
Like 2 days.
I told you that the doctor, the pharmacies say we got the call from fucking corporate. We can't prescribe ivermectin for fucking people anymore because Pfizer's creating their new antiviral. And it's all fucking money related, dude.
It's so people get pissed at McDonald's for not paying their workers, but I think the fucking pharmaceutical companies and the insurance companies are way fucking worse. You know, it's insane.
They are. It is what it is, dude. I mean,
in the media, have you read the Ryan Holiday, Trust Me, I'm Lying? That looks interesting too.
It's good, dude. It makes you understand. It's funny because I look at people and they think they're getting real news because they go to Google and they don't realize that they're being delivered content that helps their confirmation bias because they're click. And so they think that they're getting objective on shit, and they're not. It's really funny to watch, dude.
I honestly, that book looks really interesting, but I halfway don't want to read it because I know it'll stress me the fuck out, you know?
See, Jason, that's what did it for me was melatonin, vitamin D. It was a Z-stack, basically. It's zinc, quercetin, NAC, melatonin, vitamin D3 with K, vitamin C, all of that shit. Vitamin C has been proven in Ebola. They've tested it with Ebola. They've tested it with fucking bird flu, which is the same shit. In New Zealand, it was saving lives, dude. There's just the fucked up thing is they're pulling all of these supplements in the U.S. that they've already pulled in the U.K. and in other places that are now like over the counter that should be just easy to grab. But
well, people are buying them too. Is everyone freaking out about Omni over there, Jason? Just curious, since that was the birthplace of it. We don't know if it originated there, but
probably Jason that started it.
He did.
Some shit.
When he made out with that monkey.
You come into that street. You come into the webinar on Thursday, man.
Who, me?
No, John Poppy D.
Poppy D. You're welcome to, Craig. But
yeah, we can send you a link if you need it.
I used to do that when I liked drugs.
10 IVs. That'll cure a hangover pretty quickly. Yeah.
Michael Lykins is off. Everyone's bailing out, but we have hit the hour mark,
that's all we need.
That's all we need for time.
Sex and webinars. That's all you need is an hour.
Don't get them started on Omni. I'm bailing out before you all start. Fucking smell my finger.
Come back.
You're going to get me fucking killed on here. So on that note,
we in one day wiped out all the work you've done to build your channel. I think in 1 hour. So,
banned as of this afternoon. It's shadow banned now.
Yeah.
So next week will be the last week. Do you want to try and get Corey?
Yeah, I'll call Corey. I'll call him right now and see if he can jump on next Tuesday.
Right now, call him.
But yeah, we'll hopefully be back next week then, guys, with Corey. Check out ODYS and do go and join the guys on Thursday if you were supposed to be at the event and you've got your funny login and all that stuff. So if not, find Brad on Skype.
Good luck.
Or you miss it.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll catch you all next week. I'll be back on tomorrow with Chris Palmer, but yeah, we'll catch you all next week for another Cashflow Digital. Cheers, guys.